Hello friends, it's Tonton from State948. Today I want to do the quick developer feedback review. I also want to talk about state merger very quickly. As you can see, we have currently state transfer, but they announced state merger today. Well, we don't know the details of which data are merged where. We know it's gonna happen starting next week, so I forgot a bit the process of state merger, but I guess it might mean that we'll have a week-long event and will be merged at the end of that week-long event. So maybe 10 days before the merger. So we will know at some point when we are getting merged. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is do a quick review about the dev feedback of the months, which are a bit more interesting this month. Then we will do that will be it for today. Then tomorrow I'll make a video about how to choose your state for state transfer, which I was meant to do today, but there are some news, so let's cover the news. So without further ado, let's go to the state merge. So that's the groups. So basically they are merging the very old states and the newer states. So I believe that last time they merged until somewhere around here. So now they are merging. They are just basically merging the one that are not merged. I guess it's before summer, right? So some of our states in that range are dead, between 0805 to 976. These are some of dead states. So they do transfer, they do merger after transfer. Usually they do the other way around, where they do merger and quickly after they do transfer. In that case, we have transfer right now. We will have merger right after, and then we will have transfer again, like could be 3 weeks later, more or less. So that will be interesting because usually they allow you to get out of a state that you don't like after the merger very quickly. That's a bit of a longer thing. Merger could be a great thing for your state. It could make your state very, very strong for SVS prep battle, or it could bring war and people burning and people fighting. And so we'll see. We'll see when we know who we are paired with and how we can work together. So let's go about the topic of today, which is the dev feedback for June. Can I zoom a bit more? Yes, I can zoom a bit more. Perfect. So welcome to the Tundra, everyone. Thank you for your continued support and trust. We are committed to optimizing your gaming experience and resolving any issue you encounter. So Q&A session with the dev. So the first one, the Frostdragon Tyrant battle is last too long. I have to work on Monday. Can the duration be shortened? Thank you for the feedback. To better balance the game and life, we plan to shorten Frostdragon Tyrant battle phase from 6 to 5 hours. So that's basically finishing 1 hour earlier, which is, I think it's welcome. Usually, from the little experience I've seen and watched some streams, and we had it once ourselves, you kind of know who is winning, right? In many situations, not always. Sometimes it's you need the 6 hours to see who is winning, but I think it's gonna be a good thing. These Sunfire Castle used to last for 8 hours, so now it's 6 hours. And in a survey they've made in the game recently, they asked if we wanted to 4 hours, I think. So it will be 2 hours of straight occupation or the longest time in, so we'll see if they do that, but I would actually prefer as well a 4-hour event. Like it's hard to be online for 6 hours. Most of us are adults with responsibilities, so not always easy. I accidentally selected the wrong alliance during the Frostdragon Tyrant predictions. It would be great if I could change. So no problem, we hear you during the prediction phase. Chief can change their supported alliance. After each change, there will be a 5-minute cooldown. So you can vote for 3 alliance. It's costing 1,000 of whatever currency that it is costing. And then if the alliance win, you get 10,000, the one that you are voting for, of that currency. And if it's not, if that alliance is not winning, you get 500 back. So selecting an alliance in the prediction costs you 500 at the end of the day, and you have a chance to win 10k. So it's totally worth it. And it's true that sometimes you might pick an alliance randomly or make a mistake, and actually you want to try to win. So that's good. They allow us to do that. The battlefield is too intense. I have to keep an eye on the action while healing, and it's all too hectic to manage. Either resolution. So that's a big big thing. That's really a big thing. We understand that multitasking during intense battle can be stressful. To improve your battlefield experience, we will introduce an Alliance Auto Help feature in the Ultra Value Monthly Card perks in the next update. When this perk is activated, the system will assist with auto helps while you are online, allowing you to concentrate more on the battlefield. So what does that mean, right? If you look at in-game, so the monthly Intel card is this one. They say the Ultra Value Monthly Card, So that's the one that allows you to auto hunt. So this one that allows you to auto hunt should allows you to auto help as well. And you know, so not here but here. So I'm hoping that they leave you the option to turn it on or off, because you kind of want to feel, you know, to have people doing their daily missions, and you know, you have to help a bit, and if the spenders have the auto help, I don't know how quick will that be, you know, if it will be every second or every tenths of a second. I don't know how quick that will be, but that solves a lot of issues and a lot of workaround that might not be legit, that I won't talk about here, that you know, everyone is using in the game basically, but that's causing issue with, you know, term of use and you know, that kind of stuff. So I think that's good they put it that way. You know, usually if you're a solid alliance when it comes to fighting in an event, you have enough spender that buy the cards anyway. So I don't think it has a big impact. It might actually be a lot better than having to rely on the actual solution that alliance are using, and that, you know, are probably against the game term of use. TOS is term of use, or yeah, term of service basically. TOU, TOS, whichever. So that's a really good change, and we need to see how it works for real. But I think that's gonna solve a lot of issues for many alliances. During war events, there are often a lot of mails. However, when I want to review the battle report after the event ends, I find that some mails have disappeared. So that, you know, it's kind of the case when you do a 6-hour battle on Sunfire Castle, you won't have the report from the beginning of the battle, right? So they are increasing the capacity from 330 to 500. So in future updates, probably the next one, I hope so, but and okay. Yeah, but that's already the case, right? You don't have multiple page, right? If you look at your battle report, you basically have 350 right now, so they take a bit of time to load. But you know, if I look at just our SVS, if I go back to the bottom, and then you can start to have the steered the one that you kept, but that's the 350, and that it's already middle of Sunfire Castle right here. So I'm missing all the beginning of the battle, and you know, my report is not filled with many things because nothing happened after SVS, right? So I have access to half of the battle after the battle, and it's hard to go through the report and keep them during the battle. That's so 500 is it good enough? I don't know, but it's better. Can we add an emote response feature to the alliance notice? Even just 2 emotes option will be helpful, so we can easily understand our allies' opinion, especially when we need to reach consensus. So the idea is fantastic. We have already scheduled this feature for development and will release in a future update. So what are they talking about? So that's it for the feedback, guys. That's all there is, but these are better than last time. So the alliance notice is that one, right? So if I broadcast an alliance notice, it will give a little message here as well, and people should have an option to, I don't know if it will be a green and red emote, or like you will have a few options, more than 2, but that will actually be really good, you know, because you can do a vote, but it's a bit tedious, you know. Why not, you know, just having a pulse on how your alliance feels with that, basically. So overall, decent feedback for once. I don't know if we can expect, but there might be an update before summer. If not, that might be after summer. I'm not really sure how the Whiteout team is organized, but many teams on mobile games are small, and many teams do not release a lot of updates during summer because they are, you know, often they release one before and then they go on summer and they work on something for September, October. So I think that's what we should expect, but again, I have no insider information, or it's just kind of best practice in the industry as far as I am aware. But yeah, Frostdragon Tyrant will be a bit nicer to play, especially with the auto heal feature or the auto help, whichever it's it's auto healing, I guess, for most of it. That's how we read it and we understand it, and I think that's gonna be a great. I had no idea how they will solve that problem. Basically, that's a big problem in the game. Again, I won't name whatever alliances are using, but you probably know. And that's again, that's a big deal because it's technically not allowed. So you could have consequences for actually healing and playing the game the way people do right now. So that should not be promoted basically. But they are fixing it, so I think it's not actually not a bad way again, because you will have enough spenders. Regarding the merger, when we know more, I'll make more videos about state merge. I was anticipating mergers a bit later in the summer, but that will be next week, so somewhere in next week. So we'll go through the process. It's actually quite straightforward, right? They pick 2 states or 3 states, they put them together, you start on a fresh map, and then you have everything is unlocking at a different pace, right? Building flags and taking facilities and all of that is you have to do all over again, but it's not the same process as when you first start the game, right? It's actually a bit different, and I'll kind of explain to you all that and kind of share maybe a bit our journey, negotiation with the other states, how it works, how do we adapt on our states, like do we merge some alliance, do we try to concentrate power in case we are worried about the other states. I don't know, maybe you don't want to go to bed without shielded, for the first few days or something like, I don't know, but we'll figure all of it out. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully we find, we are with people that, likes to play for SVS, likes to play together, that will actually help us to be even better, like even, better in prep phase, and very exciting to see the next SVS as well with merge states basically, right? So because if you look at the leaderboards, you can see only top 100, but if it was going to top 1000, I'm not sure how much active player have a stage of our age, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the three digits, right? People that play daily, because if you look at alliances, basically they are more or less maybe they have 80, we have 70, they have 60 active player more or less, right? AVG, they might have 40, 50 player active. HTX, like a farm, like these 2 alliances have active players, but they are very casual, they don't play a lot, and then it's, these are farms basically. All of these are farms, so they are the same player having multiple accounts. So they are still, but they are using it as a farm because they merge with KND. So, that's probably less than 500 active player. So, if we go from 3, 4, 500 to, 7, 8, 900 player, that will be a nice thing, a nice feeling, I think, for everyone. But that's it, guys, for today. That was the June feedback, that was the merger announcements, and I'll make more content about transfer tomorrow and more content about merger as soon as we can. Wish you a great day. Bye bye. Cheers.